Hey guys, Danny Webb here with the Deco BJJ, and today we're going to do another quick concept video building off of what we worked last week. So what we're going to be talking about this week is how to avoid our opponent's hooks while still kind of staying loose and being able to move when we're passing the guard. So we were working again from this position when I'm in my opponent's open guard, and he's in grip range here, so he can get his De La Riva hooks. He might be able to try and grab my collar or grab my sleeves. So we got to be able to move freely here, keep our balance, and learn how to avoid allowing our opponent to get his hooks like too deep to where now I'm off balance and I'm in trouble. So we're going to start here with the De La Riva hook. Whenever somebody has a De La Riva hook on me, I need to make sure that my toes are pointed to the outside. So you guys can see here, my toes are pointed to the outside. If my leg is turned this way, it's really easy for my opponent to get his hook deeper here, or even throw his leg across my hip, which is really bad for me, okay? Right there. So if I point my toes to the outside, it makes it a little bit easier for me to fight this hook. There's a little bit more tension in this hook here. So once I get my toes pointed to the outside, all I'm gonna do is just a little bit of a stretch in my leg to pop his hook out. And then we can start to bring our knee forward, again, keeping the toes pointed inside to make it harder for him to put his hook back in. If I turn my toes back, the hook's gonna come right back. So we need to make sure that we keep those toes pointed out and we pressure forward with that knee. Sometimes what I'll do, if I feel like the guy's really flexible, I'll step my foot further a little bit more so that I can keep his leg kind of compressed here and make it harder for him to move and adjust his hook. Okay? So that's the De La Riva hook. Now we can start to worry about the other side. So what's very common here is I have my one leg forward. My opponent's going to be trying to get his foot on my hip or on my bicep here for like a spider guard, or again, foot on the hip. Very important, I keep my elbows in. So on this side, I have my elbow locked to my knee, and on this side, I like to keep my elbow right here by my hip. If my elbow's on my hip, before he gets his foot there, it's really hard for him to get his foot inside, okay? So from here, I can just put my hand behind his leg, I can push it forward, and then I can move his leg wherever I want it from here. If he manages to get his foot on my hip, now I have to clear this foot off. So there's a few ways we can do this. First way, I'm gonna grab his pants here, and I can make a quick back step, punching his leg out, and then I move back right away, okay? From here, we can stuff the leg, or we can keep it outside and work some passes from there. So one other way that we can clear this foot on the hip is I can actually step forward, kind of at an angle here, and then throw my hip forward. So that's one other way. If you like to go to leg drags, that's a good way to set up your leg drag there. So we can keep that elbow in, hips forward, throw the leg here, and we can move into our leg drags. Okay guys, so now we're gonna talk about when our opponent was able to get their spider guard in here. So I left my elbow open, he was able to get his foot on my bicep, and then he can start stretching me out here, bothering my balance. One thing very important when we're passing here is to keep those elbows in. So I can avoid a lot of these problems before they even begin just by keeping my elbows in. But if he gets here and he manages to get that foot on the bicep, I'm still gonna try and bring my elbow in, and I'm gonna bring my hand behind his calf here, and we're gonna do the same movement that we did when we were setting up our kind of leg drag situation from the foot on the hip. I'm gonna step, and again, when I step, I'm kind of stepping towards the side of the leg that's on my bicep here, and I'm gonna kind of turn my body a little bit as I throw my hips forward here. Then I can clear the hook, and I can move right into my passes.